Hi, welcome to CNR Gaming. I'm your host CJ and I'm a PlayStation 4 gamer.
I'm Ryan and a Nintendo Switch gamer.
This is the first and hopefully many videos to come, based purely on our love for video games. So Ryan, what have you been playing this week?
I've been playing some Fortnite, which is by Epic Games, if any of you knew.
Now tell me about that then. So what about Fortnite?
Well, Fortnite is one of the most popular games in history at the moment. Fortnite have been updated. Epic Games have been updating their game literally maybe once or twice a week, and they've always updated their game so they can make it better. Because there's this other game which is trying to beat Fortnite called Apex Legends.
I've never been a fan of Apex.
No, I mean,
I've downloaded it and yeah, it's a fast game, very fast game, and a few of my workmates have downloaded it and they brag about it all the time. And I've tried it every time. It's like Fortnite. You're based in a free player gang,
a squad.
a free player squad. Thank you. Not up with this. I mean, I'm not really a big online fan as it is, but to know that every time I land, I grab a gun, bang, turn around and get shot. And it's like, oh, do you know what? Sod this.
With Fortnite, they actually let you land, and it's not like someone's gonna because they once they added launch pads, but now then they've taken them out, and then they put them back in this season and last season.
Right.
And they helped you get around, but the thing is, you will get shot with a sniper or maybe like a shotgun when you're close to the ground when you're gliding.
So how many people do you get on the map? If for the people who haven't actually experienced Fortnite at all,
Well,
what is it? What's
if you are a solo person who wants to go by themselves, that'll be 100 people in a match. In a duos match, so if you wanted to play with one of your classmates or workmates, you would. I think there's about only 50 people.
Mm-hmm.
In a squad, it's 50 again. And then there's Team Rumble, and I think that's about.
They're always putting on different things, aren't they? Different modes.
Team Rumble's. It's in the middle because most of the time people want to join it and then people decide to leave it.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's literally people that don't bother playing the game anymore.
Yeah. Well, what I've been playing this week, since PlayStation Plus actually released their new games in April, they did a deal on God of War. And I looked at the price, I was like, I wanted this game about 2 years ago. And I'm a PlayStation Plus member, they knocked about 150 off the price, so I got it for just under 15 quid, and I've been absolutely utterly glued to that. That game is absolutely outstanding. I only played the original God of War on the PS3. Was it PS3? No, PS2, sorry, take it back. Never really got a chance to play God of War 2. Played a demo of God of War 3. But this game is completely different to the others. It's a slower pace, and it's like what I said to my wife. I said when I went through the saying about Dark Souls, the influences with the turn base. When they said the game is tough but fair, and I've started to see a similar pattern to this. Where you can't just go in button mashing and attacking enemies. You'll get slaughtered straight away. And it's about having to learn the enemy's patterns and go straight into it from there. I realise that's how I've got through the game so far. The game is absolutely fantastic, and if you can grab yourself, if you've got a couple of quid in your account, buy it because it's really worth it. You know, it's value for money. I mean, as soon as when I first saw it, it was about 45 quid. And now it's like 15 quid. You know, it's worth it.
But it's not for kids. It's only for like.
Yes, it's an 18 rated game. So
18.
please, bear in mind. I apologise. Make sure that you are legal age before you consider that.
If anybody like kids of yours have a PlayStation, don't allow them to play like GTA or God of War or games like that are not things for them. And there's other games like Battlegrounds and stuff. Don't know about them.
Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Anyway, what's the best game you played this year?
Best game. Well, at the start of this year, it was Fortnite when last season came out.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I got.
Well, what's the difference between seasons then?
Well, with
you're absolutely obsessed with Fortnite. Just this is becoming a very familiar sounding thing.
Well, with seasons, the battle pass changes. If you don't know what a battle pass is, it's something that you can buy for 950 something V-Bucks. That counts as like Fortnite money. And that is the battle pass. But with the seasons, there's like new vehicles, like new places to go, and things like that. But,
so you think that's your all time your favourite game this year?
Yes, but I have another game which I love. It is called Just Dance 2020.
Mm-hmm. We know you've been. The minute you had the game, that was it. The Switch was downstairs. He usually has his Switch up in his bedroom. It's been literally downstairs, plugged into the telly downstairs, and that's all you hear is subwoofer booming out. And you think it's the neighbours or whatnot, and you find no, it's him with his Just Dance. Poke your head round the living room door, and there he is, bopping away to some random tune you've never heard of in about 10 years.
I have Old Town Road.
It is pretty good. It is pretty good. I mean,
got good family.
It reminds me of like the Nintendo Wii days with the board. It's a good keep fit sort of game. I'd say my best game I've played this year has to be Need for Speed Heat. For anybody who is a massive fan of the PS2 games Need for Speed Underground and Underground 2, this is right up your alley. And these games, the minute I saw it, I thought, wow, I've got to get this game. This is fantastic. And I got it for Christmas. And yes, I'm a big kid at Christmas. I still get my prezzies. I'm happy with that. I like to get spoiled.
But when you get older, you get less presents because they are much bigger presents and more expensive presents.
But I think Need for Speed Heat is definitely up there with the Underground franchise and whatnot. It's really worth it. That currently in the spring sale on the PlayStation Network right now. But I'm not sure. Can you get it on the Switch? No. I should imagine Need for Speed. Well, I know there's other Need for Speed games already on the Switch, aren't they?
I think so. I've heard that Need for Speed Heat. They are saying that it could come on there and it could not come on there.
Well, the only bit I feel, I think that'd be great if you can get it on there. That'd be absolutely epic. What about most disappointing game of the year so far? What's the most disappointing thing? Is there any disappointments at all?
There is actually. I'm not sure if it was this year or maybe a few years ago, but with Fortnite I was quite disappointed because every time I landed, I was quite a good player with my friends. It was like season 10, and every time I land, I got like a I got like a legendary weapon. And then someone just decides to come along, just like behind me. I don't look behind me, by the way. I was just looking forward, and someone decided to literally come right behind me without me noticing and pump me right in the head. I was just like, what the hell did he come from?
Well, anyway, going back on to subject, I'd say my most disappointing game of the year has got to be probably a big shocker here, because I was really excited for Final Fantasy VII Remake, and to an extent I am, but to find out it was actually episodic, and to find out Squaresoft haven't actually announced episode 2. So, I mean, I absolutely loved the first game. I completed the first game. I spent about 60 odd hours completing it back on the PlayStation 1 days, based on 3 discs. And I actually, when I found that you could get it again on the PS3, on the network, I bought it again and got to the final boss, Sephiroth. Probably just as long to get there as well. And I would happily do it again. No word of a lie. And to find that they've recreated it and they've spent, what was it? I think it was announced originally in 2010 or 2011. Probably basically 10 years it's been in the pipeworks, been in the pipeline, this. And to find out, oh yeah, we're going to release Final Fantasy 7 Remake. Excellent, can't wait. And then to find out it's only going to be based in the first city, and that's it, and no mention of episode 2. Oh, by the way, yeah, the PS5 is going to come out in at Christmas. So what? Do we have to buy the next console for episode 2? What? I'm not willing to spend that kind of money to get a quarter, not even a quarter of a game, right? To find out that you've got to buy the new console, like probably £600 or £300 to £600 for the next console to actually have episode 2. No one knows. Please leave a comment if you know anything, because right now they're not actually letting anything on, and I think that's the biggest disappointment this year. I mean, I feel gutted to actually put that under that, but hey ho. Anyway, would you ever consider a different console? Would you consider an Xbox, PlayStation, perhaps a PC? I mean, I've heard the new Xbox coming out is going to be practically half and half. It's going to be console stroke PC. I mean, the thing is going to be a big black box, and it's it's looking pretty nifty, and they reckon it's going to be like twice, if not 3 times as powerful as the PS5. But the PS5 are bragging, saying, no, we want our system now to be more like Netflix. So would you rather wait for the new Nintendo? Because
I wouldn't wait for a new Nintendo. I would actually consider buying like a PC, and maybe a PC or a laptop. So when I go up to like a upper school or high school, I can do my
what gaming laptop.
Yeah.
I mean, that'd be. I mean, I looked on. One of my friends were telling me that one of the craziest gaming laptops you can buy, and it's probably a couple of years old now, Alienware PCs and laptops, and they were, wow, when you look at the specs, they were just amazing. But the prices, they go from about £1,600 to £1,700 to about £4,000. These things were mad, and I don't know if they still do them. I haven't been on the website for a while. There'd probably be a lot more than that, but they were the ultimate, and this, in gaming technology and whatnot. And now obviously with Steam, once you download Steam, you can stream your games. You can buy them off Steam and play them straight onto your laptop as well. You know, that practically works like Netflix already to Steam. You know, I would consider. I don't know. I mean, I've had an Xbox. I mean, I've had PlayStation. I mean, I had Mega Drive back in the day. Or Commodore before that even. Shows how old I am. PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3. But I waited for a PlayStation 3. Because it was delayed, I ended up buying an Xbox. I bought an Xbox 360. I bought one of the originals. And that was the biggest mistake I ever made. I ended up having near on 30 games for it. Before the disc drive, you play a game of FIFA, for example, get halfway through a game, and then the game would freeze and the disc would rattle in the drive. And I decided to say, no, do you know what, sod this. I sold it, bought a PS3, and I haven't looked back really. I've just stayed on that PlayStation track, and I think I'd happily stick with PlayStation. Go with the PlayStation 5 as well. I mean, okay, yeah, Xbox are bragging. They're claiming they're winning the bragging rights this year, claiming they've got the best specs and whatnot, and they claim the Xbox One X, I think it is, or the S, one or the other. Is it the S, which is the better one? Yeah. Well, they claim that it's better than the PlayStation Pro and all this, and I'm like, well, it don't mean nothing to me because the experience I've had with Xbox, I think that's what's put me off, if I'm honest. You know, so I think I'd happily stick with my PlayStation journey. What's your favourite genre of game and why? Genre, as in like type of game. What games do you like? You know.
I like maybe racing games, because on my Switch I have been trying to look up some racing games I can get for a low price.
Yeah.
And I've been looking ages and ages. I found a racing game which is called Assault 9.
You can get it on your phone, can't you? Yeah.
It has to be a certain phone, I think.
Oh, really?
To play it.
What high specs? Like?
I think it's like an iPhone or something.
Hate iPhone. I'm not a fan of iPhones. You know, no offense to anyone who gets on with them. I'm just not a fan. It's got to be Android for me, like Samsung. So that's what I'd say. I'm on the Samsung family.
The new iPhone 11 Pro Max, way too expensive.
Yeah, that's the trouble. But anyway. But yeah, like Assault 9. Well, what's that then? You say it's a racing game?
Yeah, it is a racing game where I have worked as hard as I can to win as many races as I can, and basically you've got to win races to win blueprints. So the races that you complete, that is as many games that is as many blueprints as you get.
Right. Okay.
What I've been working up to, a Nissan thingy.
So you prefer racing games, do you? Or do you like shoot 'em ups or action, anything like that?
Well, I like both of them.
Yeah. What do you end up finding yourself playing more of?
Probably more of like shooter games and
Fortnite. Well, I am always been a big fan of simulators. I mean, I've always loved my FIFAs. I've tried PES, and I've always gone back to FIFA. It doesn't make no difference to me, even if I end up buying PES, it'd always be back to FIFA. But Formula 1, I've always liked my racing. Always loved my I like wrestling games as well. I haven't bought WWE 2K20 for the amount of hate it has. I think someone could literally throw it through my blooming letterbox. I think I'd just post it back again. I don't think I'd even attempt to put it on PS4. Seriously, I really feel so let down by the makers of that. So I'd say simulation games is probably my all-time Favourite genre, what I always seem to keep going back to. Are you a fan of download content, DLC? Saying you're a Fortnite fan, I would say yes. Would I be correct?
With downloadable content.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Well, for example, like, this is the bit what really, really gets on my wick, right? I love, one of the other games I've always loved, right, since the Mega Drive games is Mortal Kombat. Right, it's beat 'em up, right, you had 7 characters, I think it was, in the first game and whatnot. And over the years, right, they've expanded the roster. So you get, like, you start off with like 12 main fighters. And then, I think it was WWE, I can't remember. I think it was Mortal Kombat. I know WWE, take it back, right, we'll just pause there a minute. But with WWE games, they're a big roster, they're brag saying they've got like 70 odd wrestlers and whatnot you can choose from and all that. And then on release day, they'd have, if you pay, I don't know, £4, you can have this wrestler added to your roster. I'm sitting there going, well, so I've just paid 45, 50 quid for a game to find that I'm having to pay out another £4 for a character you are not actually going to release with the game. Yeah, you didn't know that?
No.
And I think Mortal Kombat has been known to do that with fatalities. If you don't know the buttons for doing the finishes on Mortal Kombat, you can buy like 5 fatalities for like £3 or something. And it's like, yeah. That's what DLC is. DLC can be your best friend. It can expand the game, which it can be absolutely excellent. Like The Witcher 3, for example. They had 2 expansion packs, which just made the game twice as big and things like that. But then there's also the downside, where people are just absolutely and utterly milking the idea. But is there anything you can think of which is just an absolute letdown or positive for you? I mean, I know with Fortnite, but do you get value for money with Fortnite?
What do you mean by value for money?
Well, when you buy skins or things like that, is it good value? Or is it damn expensive?
Most of the time it's quite expensive.
Yeah.
But with downloadable content, I've got this game called Lego Worlds, and it has 2 expansion packs to download.
Mm-hmm.
I downloaded them both, and guess what? I did get to play with them. They said that you can play with them. I went into a game. I went to my characters. Nothing was there.
Why?
I don't know. It's a very strange thing.
The other when you play online, certain games you can buy. I mean, I had credit at CEX. I found a load of old PS3 games. So I was like, well, I ain't got a console anymore, so we'll trade it in. And I decided to split all the money between the 3 of us. So we had 40, 50, I think I made about 150 quid. So I said to Ryan, right, 50 quid for you, you can buy Switch games, 50 quid for you, Lucy. She's got an Xbox. I said, you can spend it on whatever I want. I said, I'll have the rest of my PlayStation.
My sister.
And I was looking at Guitar Hero, the new one. I thought, do you know what? I said, me and Em, your mum, my wife, we used to absolutely love playing Guitar Hero games, so they're absolutely fantastic. And I said, well, the amount it's going to cost me, right, so I can get another guitar and everything like that. But do you know what? But because the game bombed so much, I mean, apparently the playlist consists of about 45 songs on it, but online you could download another 500 songs. But because the game bombed so much in sales and things like that, the developers decided to shut the servers, leaving you with only what's on the disc, which is an absolute joke. Don't get me wrong, 45 songs is great and whatnot, but when you look at the value for money you're getting and whatnot, and you can't create your songs anymore, it's nothing in comparison. And I think when it comes to download content and things like that, when people commit to buying things, I think developers should keep these options open for the player if they opt to play them. Obviously, these companies are spending so much money of keeping things open. But the amount of money the consumer pays, isn't it? The amount of money we pay out of our pockets. Well, not you. I mean, both me and your mum buy your stuff.
Not all done.
Well, no, but you have to win matches on Fortnite to cover the next season pass.
True.
If it weren't for us, like. But what I'm saying is that it just gets really expensive, and you lose interest in the game if you can't take things any further. And I just think that's a bit of a down point and whatnot. So, yep. Anyway, you've come to the end of our video. This is our first video. Hope you liked it. Please give us a like, share, and subscribe.
And hit the notification bell.
Oh yeah, and don't forget the notification bell.
You need to be notified every time we make a video, because we might not make a video every single day.
Well, the aim is trying to do one a week, but we shall see with regards to situation at the moment.
Yeah.
All right, so if you keep putting notifications on, and then you'll get a ping on your phone or your device, and that when we actually put another video up again.
And don't forget to wash your hands and stay safe from this coronavirus.
Yep, you heard the man.
And stay inside.
Alright, anyway. Alright, we'll see you again soon.
Enjoy your day.
Alright.
Good night.
Bye. Bye.